I thought today I'd spend a little bit of time just to have a quick talk about beauty and how we can imbibe beauty in our life in all the different ways, and how actually beauty has become a part of our life from from pre-birth. Okay, so go back to birth, you're in your mother's womb and she's, surrounding her child with beauty. She can either be, exposing the child to different sound vibrations or different feelings. Maybe she's really excited about the birth of a child, or maybe she's going through some other difficult things in her life, so that she actually is exposing the child to some ugliness which can cause some trauma. So we've got both sides there. And then you're born into this world, and from the minute you're out in the world you can be surrounded by love and beauty. And sometimes the child's not. Sometimes the child goes through a lot of difficulties, difficult processes. And throughout the first 5 years of our life, we're creating our own way of being, our own nature, our way we interact within the world. And that all comes from the way our parents treated us, or the environment we're born in, and then a part of it is our temperament. So what we're doing as we go through our life is we're making kind of like a layered approach to how we respond to different environments and different things, and what we see as beautiful, because beauty can be perceptional. It can be it can be very much face value. It can be very much about what mainstream society is telling us about beauty. Or if you've ever seen a child dip their hands into a big muddy puddle, and the mum's like, "Ugh, gross, don't do that, it's full of germs," but the child's just feeling the beauty of that mud and the slime and the the textural feeling that's going on inside the child. The child is at that point developing what they believe is beauty, and it's how we respond to it as parents. We can respond in a way to be kind of keeping our child away from growing and exploring and moving bigger into this world, and or we can encourage that. So that's a part of that adult child-parent relationship. But as the child grows up, when they hit teenagehood, then all of a sudden, they're influenced by all the different outside influences, like the school or their friends or their peer groups or Instagram or Facebook, and that's telling them what's beautiful. So then throughout that, they're developing that next layer of what's beauty. Maybe they're thinking about how their life will look, what they'll do, and what their relationships will look like. But what I've realized now that we've come through that side, and we're growing into adult brains and minds, we've got all these neurons and all these perceptions going on in our mind at all the times, and sometimes we can be reactive and look at things in a way that maybe our past trauma has caused us to see it as yucky or scary or overwhelming, or or depressive or anxious. But what I've noticed now is that as we're developing our consciousness and growing forward in our life, we have the capacity to change those thoughts in our mind. It takes a long time. It can take up to 600 times of an affirmation to actually sink in and become a natural process. So it can take a long time for us to see something that's maybe a bit scary, but to look at it and try and understand what's the beauty behind this. Why have I been exposed to this experience? What is going to help me grow and expand my love for this world? And once we start doing that process, once we start controlling our mind and our thought processes, and actually growing from negative experiences and not just reacting like that trauma-based kind of reaction that ends up sitting in front of a therapist. once we start to it's like a switch or a lens. The other day my friend and I, we had these bright coloured sunglasses on, and we put the sunglasses on, all of a sudden the world just looked like sparkling gold and yellow. We took the sunglasses off and it was normal again. So what we were saying was, maybe that's all we need in our life, is to be able to place on a beauty sunglasses or place on the love sunglasses and have a look out and be able to see see through your eyes and see all the magnificent, amazing things that are going on in this world. Because actually everywhere you go, everyone you see, people are trying really hard, and they're working towards, so many times a day I hear people actually doing their best and really working towards being more conscious and more understanding. Maybe they're at different levels or different stages, but you can really feel in their heart that if they're stuck, most people go and look for some help, or most people you know, start making those inquiries to help them expand in their life. So on that note, just maybe today, if you get some opportunity to look around and just see the beauty around you, maybe it's not something necessarily beautiful on the external, but it makes you feel beautiful inside, and it makes you expand your heart and feel more love and more kindness and more happiness within your own experience, and then through that hopefully you're expanding it to the whole world and the whole globe. And we can actually look around us and we're standing on this beautiful, 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 amazing golden globe. Like it's just unbelievable how beautiful and how full of love it is. So thank you so much for having a talk.